Hi, I'm Brian Olson for Conversation Starters Public Relations, a proud MVP investor here at the South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce. And joining me today is Brian Vogt. He really needs no introduction, but it's the polite thing to do. Brian Vogt is president and CEO of the Denver Botanic Gardens, and a pretty nice facility down in Chatfield as well. And we are here to discuss something very key for any business, but especially the South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce, and that is branding. So Brian, first of all, welcome. Let's start at the beginning. What is branding?
You know, branding is really a creation of expectations. Everybody has a brand. Every individual, every community, every organization, every business certainly has a brand. Most of the time, probably 98, 99% of the time, it's unintentional. It's how you act, how you speak, what you say about yourselves, what you look like, and then how you deliver whatever product or service you're offering. And that accumulates over time into a set of expectations that really become your brand. It's how people know you. And every now and then you find an organization that is willing to take on a true branding process, like the Chamber has now done, where they're going to be intentionally branding the organization, where it's a real discussion about core values and expectations that the community members, everyone can have about this organization.
So take us through the process. Branding, of course, is not something that you just take on at a morning meeting. Okay, we're done. Take us through the thought process that leads to what kind of research do you have to do first about yourself before you just start thinking in terms of branding yourself?
Well, that was what was so great about this experience. Lisa D'Ambrosia did a terrific job leading this committee, and Stephanie Dalgar was amazing as always. And really, you start out with understanding what the current brand is. How do people perceive you? What is the expectation they have of what you offer? And once you understand that, you can see, does this align with where we really want to go? And you start looking at what your core values are. And that's probably the most important thing, is really understanding what is the guidepost that you should have for all the different programs and services of the organization.
People are sitting out there, our fellow investors, and they're saying, okay, so what? How does that impact me as an investor?
Oh, in such a big way. First of all, it focuses attention. So you take all of your programs and services and you say, is this in alignment with one of our core values or multiple core values? And when you do that, people who are joining, they're investing in the Chamber, they can make a coherent decision about whether or not it's going to meet needs. It's about setting clear expectations that you can absolutely deliver on.
We are called the South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce, so will that name continue?
Indeed. I think what the committee came up with was shortening a shorthand for it. The official name, I think, will still be South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce, but the shorthand is South Metro Denver Chamber, which is how most people refer to it anyway.
John Brackney makes this point all the time. This chamber is only as good as the investors who are involved in it. So while the committee has been working very hard on this for many, many months, and a lot of long hours have gone into it, what will be the investors' role in helping support, perpetuate, and help develop that brand?
That's a great question, because it really is an accumulation of everyone's intention that makes this brand work. So the committee's job was to analyze what the current brand was, work through all kinds of different processes, including large group processes, to come up with the core values. The board then acknowledges them and approves them. All the design work and everything kind of comes after the rest of the brand is figured out. And then once all of that is put on display and it goes into action and it becomes the guidepost to future activities, all the members need to really understand, all the investors need to understand, what is the brand, how does it work, and how can we be a part of it?
How will you be communicating that to the investors as the process now moves forward?
My understanding is that there will be all kinds of different activities from the launch all the way through. I know that from my own experience, it really requires an almost daily concentration on the core values and incredible discipline from the board to the staff to everyone else to make sure that the brand is consistent. That is very, very difficult. In this day and age, with all the social media and all the printed materials and all the ways that you communicate, it's really easy to get off track. But if you have strong brand discipline, It's amazing what you can do to clearly communicate and become much more coherent as a community.
So this will be an entire team effort from the office to the investors. We all need to get behind this, support it, ask questions, contribute, be involved, give, I guess would be the term.
Absolutely. Drill on it all the time. Check yourselves all the time. That's what we do down at the Gardens. We're always talking about our core values and whether or not what we're doing is aligned with our core values. And if it's kind of a stretch and it's kind of out there, we have that double check and we say, is it really something we want to do? Does it really fit in what our mission and our core values are really all about?
And I guess a final thought would be everything that comes out of this process, and the more investors learn about this branding process, this is something that they can take back to their own businesses. And it's probably a good disciplined mindset for them to be in. Because a lot of us, we're so busy and we're all branding, blah, 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 blah. But this is a key element of any enterprise, right?
Oh, absolutely. I keep learning every single day about this, and I can't even tell you, I've been a part of so many different branding processes. In the beginning, I think I really believed it was about imagery. It was about icons and colors and layouts and all that kind of thing. That really is the after effect of a good branding process. It just simply speaks to or clarifies a brand in the visual way, but it's really the delivery of the brand promise that counts. And I didn't know that for probably 2 rounds of branding that I went through, and then by the 3rd I was kind of getting it, and 4th and 5th and 6th, and several of them were at the Chamber. I've been through a name change at the Chamber back in the ancient days past, where we had to go through that entire shift. So it's something that is very valuable to know, especially because very few organizations or companies ever do it, and those who do it, very few do it well. And I'm impressed with the leadership of the Chamber that they are doing it extraordinarily well.
Well, Brian Vogt, thank you for all you do for the South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce. Folks, we're going to be keeping you posted. Brian mentioned social media. That'll be one of the elements we'll be using to communicate this. Always go to bestchamber.com. It's a great starting point, but you'll be seeing videos. There'll be lots of meetings. And so on behalf of the South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce, along with Brian Vogt, I'm Brian Olson of Conversation Starters Public Relations. And we'll be talking to you again soon. You can depend on it. Thank you.